this episode, we're going to be working on something that I sort of started quite some time ago, but never really got around to it. And I was putting it off for such a long time because doing a perimeter in this biome, kind of the worst thing to do. Because Blackstone and the Basalt have a higher blast resistance than like Netherrack or whatever. So we need to use a special tunnel bore to do that. So this one we need to use 3 TNT instead of the last ones we used 2. So it's not a big modification to the tunnel bore itself. It's just the engine gets a little bit redone so it fires 3 instead of 2. That's not the big issue. The issue is all the lava. Most of you know, in a basalt delta, there's these big lava. They're like one tall lava areas or whatever you want to call them. I call them lava lakes. But yeah, you get those very, very commonly, and clearing that out for the tunnel bore is very, very annoying. So we need to do that, but yeah, so that's really why I've been putting it off for so long, but we're going to get it done, so let's get to it. So we have our piston bolt here, we have the magma, and all these blocks here, one with the shroom lights here. Best symbolizes the magma, I do believe, the basalt at the top for the basalt delta. And then kind of an accent block on the side with the gilded blackstone. It doesn't really fit in, but I didn't really know what else to do with it. It's kind of a hard palette to work with, but we should be good here. So yeah, let's head over here. Let's get this tunnel bore completed, and then we can start building the world eater and all of that stuff. So yeah, take this little corner here, and we're already there. It's not too far. It's like 600 blocks or so. So not bad at all. Alright, so, huge jump cut. Being a YouTuber is very, very difficult. You get so into this stuff and then you forget. Is that just me? Am I the only one that forgets to hit record? Big jump cut here. So the last clip, we were just coming over here with a piston bolt to do the tunnel bore. Well, a few days have passed. And, well, let's just say the full perimeter is basically done. So, yeah, the full perimeter is done here. Like I predicted, it was a pain to do, and I hope I never have to do a perimeter in a basalt delta ever again, because, yeah, that was just no. But, yeah, we got it done in the end. Still looks cool. The basalt is definitely cool to see than the netherrack, but that should be removed within time. But yeah, so we got the full floor decoration here, and I found this image on Twitter, so I will be linking the original creator down in the description there. Make sure to go check it out. It's one of the best fan arts that I've seen, and I just love it because it looks so good here. And it perfectly symbolizes the magma cube and the farms. The farm's only this little spawn right here, so we have so much area for decoration here. And yeah, so you can tell the difference between the Hoglin and the magma cube one here. I completely love this floor deco. I kind of want to redo the floor here, but tearing out 65,000 blocks here is not going to be easy. I kind of want to redesign the one we had planned for the gold one too. Kind of want to get that all different and everything, but yeah, hopefully for future printers we should have a pixel art of a fan art in all of them, because this looks absolutely insane. I love it so much. I tried to contact the original author here to see if they can get some future ones made, but they haven't responded yet, because if they can do some more of these, definitely be interested to do some work with them. Because these things, just a single one looks amazing, and it, even on the map so far zoomed out, as far as I can zoom out, you can still make that out as a magma cube, which is actually insane. So yeah, enough of me going crazy about the floor decoration here. What we got here is the farm itself. So yeah, so to cover the floor with glass, obviously, but just got the floor decoration in right now. So why did we go with this sort of pattern in the portals compared to the gold farm, where it's just the flat across here? Honestly, I couldn't tell you why this is more efficient, but Dazi, one of our new members here, has found out that this is the most effective one. So we did put the glass here because apparently there is still a 5% chance for gas to spawn in the Basalt Delta. So we do need to prevent those, and it being this high and 2 blocks away from the edge here, and then 4 blocks in between the rest of them, that will guarantee that we get no gas and all magma cubes. So yeah, this is basically the same kind of farm. Obviously it's the fastest you can possibly get, basically, as the gold one. It's just a bit of a different pattern, which honestly you can't really tell on the map if it's an actual farm. This is like there's a hole missing there, but when you zoom in you can actually see that we have the portals there. But yeah, so we still got to do wall decoration, all that stuff. That will come with time, same like the ice perimeter. We got the floor in, and then we're waiting for the walls, because the walls take a bit longer than the floor. But yeah, so still got a lot of things to do. We're going to do the overworld side. For the overworld side, also do something different. Instead of just building the collection on the overworld like the regular terrain, we're going to make a perimeter over there, so we can do 2 perimeters in 1 episode, which is kind of crazy to think about. And then yeah, so we're going to do that. I don't know what we're going to do for the floor and wall decoration in the overworld yet. Maybe we just do the same floor here. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, plenty of things to do. We still have future plans because we didn't break any of the bedrock over the roof yet. That is something that we'll be working on, but it will require tons of pistons. If you know, you know. But yeah. So let's get back to the grind and see the overworld sign soon enough. So overworld side is done. You can see by the background here we have pretty much the full perimeter done. We got the decoration in, ready to do the floor right now, so we'll show that off. And then we need to do what we're going to do in the center to house the collection and storage and everything like that inside of it. And yeah, so that's going to be good. We have that already planned out. Only thing we don't have planned out yet is the walls, so we're still going to do that on the nether side and the overworld side. Still getting some final decisions done and every design, all that stuff worked out. Because we like to plan everything out before we start to build it in survival here, so that may take a little bit of time. The same as the ice walls, we're still trying to get those completed. And make sure we're good with that before we start building it up, because tearing stuff down, it's a very, very painful process. So make sure we get it all right before we build it up and everything. So here you can see that we have the overworld side perimeter done. You can see the very base of the structure that we are going to build in the center here. So our same standard perimeter size here. This was pretty simple. We're in new chunks now, so there's deep slate and everything all over the place, which doesn't make it any more difficult. It's just obviously you can't instant mine if you're doing trenches, so we just bombed them all out this time instead of the digging the small ones here. But yeah, kind of a hilly area, so it wasn't the best, but we can't really move this anywhere else because the portals are the determining location of where this is. And yeah, as you can see, we have the update suppress portals for the collection already done. Make sure to do that first, get that out of the way. We do need to change the other side over eventually because the checkerboard pattern is actually better than the one we had with every like third space being a portal. But yeah, so that's a small thing. It's going to be a pain to do, but it'll be worth it because the rates are like tripled if we do checkerboard pattern instead of what we did previously. So yeah, the castle here, so we'll be building up on the ground here. So you can see the footprint here. This is pretty much the whole first layer, and obviously it will spread out a little bit more with the roof and everything, but this is the actual like base of the castle itself. This is designed by Happi, one of our server members, and then I just recolored and textured it to fit with the Magma theme, because it was originally like a sandstone type design, but originally was that, and then I changed it over so that it would work best with the Magma theme. So we'll build that up. We had a time lapse of the floor here. Just another cool looking image, and even with the castle here, it's a bit off centered. You can see that, but unfortunately with the portals in that location, we can't really do anything about that. So it's as good as it's gonna get, basically. But it is perfectly fine. It's still gonna look very, very cool in the end. So yeah, we'll get to building this castle, and then we'll see the farm in action, hopefully once we get the nether side changed over. Alright, so something else we're going to do in this episode here is going to be moving our nether mob switch. We're going to be moving our nether mob switch. We actually already moved it. You can see we have 700 withers there. I was going to plan to do 1,000, but with the current situation, we kind of can't. So yeah, I don't know what this is. The withers aren't even here. I tried logging out, logging back in and everything. This is where our old mob switch used to be. As you can see, it's very close to some things, and every time we would go past that bolt, we would load it, which isn't very good at all. So we're going to move it back further, and hopefully we don't have anything in this direction that goes beyond here. If we do, we're going to have to like take a detour and go around, because I don't want to move this ever again. It's just so annoying with all the chunk loading lines. So the reason why I've been putting this off for so long is not because of the wither skeleton skulls. We have plenty of those. It's the chunk loading line that's the main thing that's annoying to do. So yeah, basically for every chunk we extend it, we need to have a chunk loader. So we currently, I think, we need to extend it over 60 chunks. So that's 60 chunk loaders in the nether and 60 chunk loaders in the overworld. That's a lot of chunk loaders. And it's they're not hard to build, as you can see. They're very easy to build. But doing it that many times, and yeah, it takes some time. But yeah, so we're currently in the middle of moving that. We have the actual ones at the end there, so we have it already moved. We need to do some other things here, so they're all built up on the other side, so we have to build all of them on the overworld side. But at least this part is done, so we're in the middle of doing the chaining of the signal to go all the way down here. So what this will do is obviously, so let's start to load chunks, and basically we have it linked up to the same one. I don't know what's going on with my frames there, but with the link to the same one in the spawn chunks here. This one's our spawn chunk loader. You technically don't need one in the spawn chunks, but for this sort of case, this will detect if the server is online. And then once we get a signal, or this one loads, then the next one over here will load. And then if we have the system on, like this is for the overworld switch right here. This will then load the next one, and then the next one, and the next one. And then, yeah, so this will just chain all the way down to the nether mob switch and load it automatically for us. It will take some time. This is not a fast switch at all, but it is very, very simple to build. So that's good for us. But yeah, so see, we're moving these right now. Having the switches turn on automatically off a server start is always good, so nobody has to go load this manually. But yeah, so back to this. Then we can go back to the overworld side of the magma perimeter. Alright, so we had to redo a bit of the magma farm here. The one we found out, a bit of a miscommunication or between us and the members that we were looking at. The original pattern we had before, which was like the portal every third block or so, that was for the best spawn rates an hour, but doesn't do very well when the magma cubes obviously have a smaller hitbox and they have to jump into those small portals. So this would be a lot quicker, but it's not quick right now, obviously, because I am close by it. But mainly, it's not as quick as it can be as well. There's a piece of glass here. I have an invisible glass texture pack, so that doesn't see anything. But it also isn't as fast as it could be because we still have the bedrock roof above it. That will change within time. But yeah, unlike all of our other ones, like the Hoglin and the Gold Farm, we're not just going to break above the farm. We have something very, very cool planned for that. But yeah, it's a little bit of, we had to do this farm over again. I think Dazi and Rim did this again. They did all the suppression for this farm. Now we can go to the Overworld side here and check out what we've done. But yeah, so this is the Overworld side here. You guys saw the original floor decoration and the bottom of the castle being built up. But yeah, so we were going to have some cool walls here, but we decided to go with the black walls to force your eyes into the castle and center decoration here. And I think it does do very well. We should go turn on the collection because it's going to get piled up there with some magma. So we'll turn it on here. This is the collection and stuff we designed for it. We do have the powdered snow in there, weather. Alright, we do have the powdered snow in there. That just keeps the magma cubes. You see magma cubes usually jump really, really high. The powdered snow is preventing that, and that they're staying basically within the wither rose hitbox. They jump out a little bit. We could put more snow layers on top. I guess someone broke into this. This was all completed. I don't know what happened. We were running this for quite some time, but for some reason there's a bit of snow and everything there. But yeah, so we have this collection. I think Rim did the Minecart Collection and everything. He designed that. This is the system here. Minecart gets stopped, gets unloaded until it is completely empty, and then it gets sent back off. And then I added this on-off switch just to full power the pistons out while they are running. But so then everything gets packed into shulker box loaders. Obviously, this one right here can keep up very easily with the rates. We're preparing it to be around about 100,000 an hour or something like that, the full roof gone. So that's why we have a few extra there. But yeah, let's talk about the farm right now. Let's talk about the castle that our member Happi designed. So this thing right here was originally designed in a different color palette. I only adapted it to fit a Magma color scheme, which was just obviously replacing some blocks with the blocks I wanted to use. But yeah, I really like how the castle turned out. Lightning. But yeah, really like how it turned out. Happy did a really good job with this right here. We got some skeleton horses. But yeah, I really like what Happy was able to do with this. And it was definitely something different than what we usually do, is just have a drop shoot and then a collection. Put a little more time into decoration, and I think it really, really pays off here. But yeah, so that's the whole thing this is encased in. And then on the two sides here, I did create a full block crafter. So any block that is a 2x2 recipe, like this, but is in a regular crafting table with the AutoCraft mod, I have made a crafter for that. But it's currently obviously working for Magma Cream right now. So basically what we do is put the items into the ones we want to craft in the shulker box in here. That goes up, gets split in between both crafters, because we do have two crafters. The crafting unit itself is very, very small. Basically is this area here. So the crafting table, and then 3 blocks below it is everything that you need for the crafter itself, which I think is very, very nice. Alright, so the size of the crafter itself, not including any of this other stuff up here for the UI and stuff like that. The crafter sequence itself is a 6x5x4, that's length, width, height. And like I said, the southeast area over here is 3x2 area, is completely empty, so you can fit it into some kind of weird areas, because it's kind of like a little L shape basically. But yeah, so the output here is 2,750 items, or full block output an hour. Very, very quick. I got it as quick as I can. You basically can get the reset a bit faster if you use like an instant wire or something like that, but a rail line and observer, that's enough for me. You don't really need to get that much faster. It would only improve it probably about 100 max an hour. So not too worried unless you want pure rates. Get into instant while you're there. Not really needed. Depends on how you look at it though. But yeah, so it also has an auto shut off if the magma green one gets empty. That's only, of course, if both of these are the same, which they should be because you put one shulker box in and they get split up evenly between both of the droppers there, because we have a special 2x unloader here with the minecart switched over 2 hoppers. So in theory, they should be the same amount. So it should. So I only have the one there. We could very easily put another comparator here, read in from the second dropper, and then just link that up to here. If you really wanted to be extra cautious, basically what that does is it will send an extra signal to the line here, and then it will basically keep this observer forward instead of it being retracted back into the block here to then power this piston, which would, if this observer is up in the correct position, would restart the cycle. That's basically the restart that I have for it. But yeah, so I really like how this area has turned out. One of the best, I think, most decorated perimeters so far with the castle and everything. Obviously the walls aren't anything special, but like I said, it does force your eyes onto the castle, which I think is the main focus of everything. But yeah, so that's the whole Magma Cube perimeter done here. We should just have to do the nether side wall decoration, and then we'll do some other things later down the line when we need to. But yes, that's gonna be it for this episode. Make sure you like, subscribe, all those sorts of things, and I'll see you in the next one.